Welcome to The Transmigration of Souls from On Nature by Empedocles, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. Empedocles was born in 494 BC in the ancient Greek city of Akragas, situated in Sicily. He is considered one of the most important early Greek philosophers, along with Pythagoras and Heraclitus. Greatly influenced by the teachings of Pythagoras and Orpheus, he believed in the transmigration of souls and the equality of all beings. With eternal souls endlessly being born into new bodies, he was of the view that eating animal people flesh amounted to cannibalism, and compared this to parents unknowingly killing their children and children unknowingly killing their parents. Thus, Empedocles was a strict vegetarian who advocated for the right to life for all of Earth's inhabitants. He is also credited with the cosmogenic theory of the four classical elements, in which all matter is derived from fire, air, water, and earth. This theory was to dominate the worldview of ancient Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East right up to the 17th century. It is also considered one of the earliest theories of particle physics. This was encompassed by the governing forces of love and strife, whereby love would unite and strife would divide all on earth. As a brilliant orator and poet with a deep knowledge of spirituality and the natural sciences, Empedocles' teachings are full of wisdom and insight. Today, we are pleased to present selections from his poetic works on nature, which were translated into English by William Ellery Leonard in the book The Fragments of Empedocles. On Nature, Limitations of Knowledge. For narrow through their members' scattered ways of knowing lie, and many a vile surprise blunts soul and keen desire, and having viewed their little share of life with briefest fates, like smoke they are lifted up and flit away, believing only what each chances on, hither and thither driven, yet they boast their larger vision of the whole and all. But this way never shall these things be seen, never be heard by man, nor seized by mind. And thou, since here, now withdrawn apart, shalt learn no more than mortal knowledge may span. Shelter these teachings in thine own mute breast, but turn their madness, gods, to the word, and drain through holy lips the wellspring clear. And many wooed, O white-armed maiden muse, thee I approach, O drive and send to me, meek piety's well-reined chariot of song, so far as lawful is for men to hear, whose lives are but a day, nor shall desire to pluck the flowers of fame and wide report. Among mankind impel thee on to dare speech beyond holy limits and seat profane upon those topmost pinnacles of truth, but come by every way of knowing see how each thing is revealed, nor having sight. Trust sight no more than hearing will bear out. Trust echoing ear, but after having tasted the word, note by all ways each thing as 'tis revealed. Yea, but the base distrust the high and strong, yet know the pledges that our muse will urge, when once her words be sifted through thy soul. Birth and death. More will I tell thee too, there is no birth of all things mortal, nor end in ruinous death, but mingling only an interchange of mixed. There is, and birth is but its name with man. But when in man, wild beast, or bird, or bush, these elements commingle and arrive, the realms of light, the thoughtless deem it birth. When they depart, 'tis doom of death, and though not this the law, I too assent to use. Avenging death. Fools, for their thoughts are briefly brooded over, Who trusts that what is not can ever become, or nothing that is can wholly die away? From what is not, what is can never become, so that what is should ever be all destroyed. No force could compass, and no ear has heard, for there it will be forever where 'tis set. Our elements immortal. No wise man dreams such folly in his heart, that only whilst we live what men call life, we have our being and take our good and ill, and before, as mortals, we compacted be, and when as mortals we be loosed apart, we are as nothing. The cosmic process. I will report a twofold truth, now grows, the one from many into being now, even from the one departing come the many. Twofold the birth, twofold the death of things, for now the meeting of the many brings to birth and death, and now whatever grew, from their separation flies away and dies, and this long interchange shall never end. While into one do all through love unite, while two the same are tormented through hate of strife. And in so far as is the one still accustomed to grow from many and the many again, spring from primeval scattering of the one, so far have they a birth and mortal date, and in so far as the long interchange ends not, so far forever established gods, around the circle of the world they move. But come, but hear my words, for knowledge gained. Make strong thy soul, for as before I spoke, naming the utter goal of these my words, I will report a twofold truth. Now grows the one from many into being now, even from the one departing come the many, fire, water, earth, and heights of air, and shut from them apart the deadly strife, in equipoise and love within their midst, in all her being in length and breadth the same. Behold her now with mind, and sit not there, with eyes astonished, for 'tis she inborn, remains established in the limbs of man. Through her they cherish thoughts of love, through her perfect the works of concord, calling her by name Delight or Aphrodite clear. She speeds revolving in the elements, but this no mortal man has ever learned. Hear thou the undelusive course of proof. Behold those elements own equal strength, and equal origin, each rules its task, and unto each its primal mode, and each, prevailing conquers with revolving time. And more than these there is no birth nor end, for were they wasted ever and evermore, they were no longer, and the great all were then, how to be plenished, and from what far coast, and how besides might they to ruin come, since nothing lives that is empty of them. No, these are all, and as they course along, through one another, now this, now that is born, and so forever down eternity, love, firm clasping lovingness.